Hopefully I'm in focus, unlike my last video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, I am Rochelle and I love everything beauty. So if you are new here, I would love it if you would subscribe. Today I wanted to make a video about something that I saw online. I briefly saw a video of a girl mixing her liquid foundation in with her powder to make the consistency of her liquid foundation thicker and higher coverage. So I just wanted to test that out today. So if you guys would like to see how this goes, then just keep watching and let's just get right into it. Okay, so first off, sorry if you guys can hear my dog snoring. She's a pug and she's like on the couch right next to me, and so you're probably gonna be able to hear her snorking in the background. Okay, so I don't know where I saw this first, and I tried to re-find the original video that I saw of this technique, but I couldn't find it anywhere, and I've searched YouTube and I've tried to find more information about this, but there's really not that much about it, so I figured I'd make a video testing this out to see if it works. Basically what the video was is of someone adding liquid foundation and then adding a powder into the liquid foundation to make it thicker or add a little bit more coverage, and she just showed basically the consistency of her liquid foundation before, and then once she added the powder mixed into it. And so I just wanted to test that out today. On one half of my face I'll be just doing only the regular liquid foundation, and then on the other half I'll do it with the powder mixed in. And today I'm going to use my Sonia Kashuk Soft Focus Foundation. The reason I chose this is because it isn't very high coverage for me personally already. That's kind of why I didn't like this foundation, was because it was just like a little too thin, and it was kind of like more of a low to medium coverage for me, and it wasn't very buildable. So I feel like this is the perfect foundation to test this technique on. And so I'm just going to be applying it to this little board. I'm just going to squeeze out about 2 pumps. Get my hair out of the way. I think I'm going to apply it with a brush today, just because I feel like you can kind of see the consistency of the two better than with the beauty blender. So on this side is going to be only foundation. I like this color, I just don't feel like it has very good coverage for me. Like, you can look at that, you can still see my redness peeking through the foundation, and I just really hate seeing like any of my acne and redness. If I had perfect skin with no redness or breakouts or anything like that, I would love this foundation so much more, because it does have like a nice feel on the face, and I like the finish of it. It just has like a nice soft finish. If you have any imperfections in your skin, which I do, I just don't feel like this covers any of the imperfections. Okay, now for the other side, I am going to squeeze out again about 2 pumps of the foundation here. And I'm going to be mixing in my Nye Luxury Powder in the color Cameo into this. So here I have the foundation on my plate. Try not to do too much. I put the powder right next to the foundation, and I'm just going to use this little mixing contraption. And just by mixing it myself, I can definitely tell that it's making the foundation a lot thicker. More of like the consistency that I normally like my foundation to be, is just a little bit thicker. This is definitely a messy technique. Now that I have that all mixed together, I'm just going to apply it with the same kabuki brush. Oh yeah, and right off the bat, I can just see the difference in the coverage. It is a little harder, I would say, to blend because it is thicker. But do you guys see how much thicker it seems like when I'm spreading it around, and it really like takes it to the next level of coverage? It's awesome. You can't see any of the redness on my cheeks like you kind of can on this side. I don't know if it picks it up in camera, but on my cheeks on this side, you can definitely still see the redness. On my nose and nostril, you can still see the redness on that side. It's getting a little cakey on my nose, so I'm just gonna use the beauty blender to kind of rub it in better, because my flat kabuki wasn't quite cutting it for the nose. Okay, now that my foundation is completely on. All right, now that I have applied the foundation on both sides of my face, This one definitely feels like it has more coverage. Although it was harder to blend, this one is, I can still see a lot of redness. I am liking the side that has the powder mixed in. The only thing that was kind of hard to apply near my nose. This side too kind of does have like a lightly like powdery finish, which is interesting and I wasn't really expecting. I'm gonna apply the rest of my concealer, bronzer, highlighter, and blush, and then I'll check back in with my thoughts.
2,000 years later.
Okay, I just finished doing the rest of my makeup and I really liked how it blended out with my blush and bronzer, highlight. I didn't really have any problems. The only problem I did see was kind of on my nose right here. Makeup didn't really stick very well and was really patchy even after I went back in with the Beauty Blender and the foundation plus powder side. But that's something that's pretty typical for me. I did a whole video about just priming your nose to make makeup stick to it. That was one of my last videos. I'll put it in the little card here if you guys would like to see that one. So that's not something that's too abnormal for me. As far as the very end result, honestly, I don't see that much difference between the two sides after everything has been applied, my bronzer, blush, highlighter. They look the same. Can you guys tell if there's any more coverage on this side than this side? I think that what the problem was most of the redness was peeking through and my cheek area has now been covered up with my blush, so that didn't really matter. But I do like the way that the powder side just looked and finished. I think that this technique was successful and I definitely will be trying it out a little more in the future and maybe on my clients. I know that some people like a very like low to medium coverage foundation because they have great skin already. And then some people need a little bit more coverage. So this is something that I could maybe bring a lighter foundation and then just add powder to that same foundation for my other clients as opposed to bringing like several different types of foundations, which is what I normally do. Let me know if you guys have seen this technique before and if there's any other videos. I couldn't find my original one that I ended up seeing, so I would really like to find that again and just kind of like look more into it. I think that that's about it. Do you guys like this backdrop? This is also just like a different angle of my beauty room that I normally film in, but I thought I'd kind of switch it up and put something else back there. That's just a bunch of my like beauty products and purses and things like that, nail polish over here and stuff. So let me know if you guys prefer this backdrop or if you guys like my tapestry with the marble on it. I'd love to hear your feedback. I think that that's about it for this video, so I'm just going to wrap it up. I will see you guys in my upcoming videos and let me know if you have any future requests for things you'd like to see from me. All right, bye.